China is for China. China is not for Africa. Yo, man. Welcome to FKU Africa Podcast. This is your host here, Maneza F8. I'm coming to you live in Worcester, in the Western Cape. Of course, as you can see, I'm in my old studio, in the couch. That's where I'm at now. I left Durban. So you maybe want to know why I haven't been releasing for the past 3 weeks. I think, yeah, man, I was just sorting out my stuff, trying to move from KZN to the Western Cape. So that takes a lot of planning, that takes a lot of commitment and dedication, you know what I'm saying? So I had to move things around. I had to send my stuff way before, including my equipment that I used for recording, my furniture, my mics and all that. So even now I'm recording with my old gear that I used when I started this podcast. If you can remember, my very first episode I recorded using these headphones with the mic with a very beautiful sound. I bought this on Take a Lot. It came highly recommended in the podcast world for beginners. So I got this, and then I haven't been able to open up my all my stuff. They're still packed in boxes, some of them. So I haven't got time yet because when I came in and started working. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't got time to go on and like put my studio together, my tables and my chair, my screens and all that to make my studio the way it was when I was in Durban. You know what I'm saying? So this is a reason why I haven't been recording. Not that I have resented you guys or quit on you. This is not gonna happen, man. I'll be here, even if I'm getting 10 or 5 views. I'm doing this for for two people. If I get the third one, it's a bonus, man. They say it most if the plural is ninzi siqala kutu. The plural starts with two. So if there are two people who are watching this, which means I'm having a lot of people in Abantu Abanins, because it's Nins is Kala Kutu. So if I'm having more than one person watching or listening, that's cool. If I'm having 3 to 5, that's a bonus. So this is not all about for the numbers. As I keep on saying on the previous podcast that this is for the future, man. I'm doing this for the future. I'm sharing knowledge of what is actually happening in our continent of Africa for the future. This is for the future. So people like to know what is happening, why things are happening. So people have been asking me when I announced that I'm moving to Durban, from Durban to back to Western Cape, Worcester, where I'm staying. Why am I moving? You know, uh, uh, why am I moving? Really, it's really because of I love my girl, so it's because of her. It's because of her. She can't live without me. I felt like she's going to quit her job and go and stay with me in Durban if I'm not coming back here, because she really can't live without me. I'm kidding. I'm not. Who cares? She loves me. I love her. Yeah, it might be that. It might not be. I'm kidding. Yeah, it was time, man. I've been there for almost over a year, working in the IT space there. So in IT, you got chances of working from home. So there are people who are working from home as far as out of the country. Some of them. So if there are those opportunities, of course, I have to uh, embark on that as well. I have to also benefit from those opportunities, because if the company has those kind of opportunities and I'm not from Durban, I'm not from KZN, so my life is in Western Cape, my family is in Western Cape, my mom is here, my kid is here, my brother. my cousins, my friends, my associate, my companions, my everything is here. My life is just here. This is why I moved back to the Western Cape. Also the floods, you know what I'm saying? That was a scary thing. I was there in Durban during the time where the floods were hitting. It was I think it was the first week the first week of April, I should think, yeah, because I was moving my stuff around that time. So when 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 that was hitting the floods, I was in Durban. It was crazy, man. It was really, really crazy. It was beyond crazy. I'm telling you, during that time, the rain started on a Thursday. It was not that heavy. On a Friday, it started raining because I remember that time I was moving my stuff, my furniture on a Friday, and then the rain was starting, and then we were having a good time with my friends, Tamiro, Sbu, Tia, my guys. I miss you guys in Devon. So I was having a nice time with my guys. On a Saturday, the rain was pretty much heavier. I remember I was sitting at Mtia's place in the flats, and the floods were not really showing that they are starting, but the amount of water that I was seeing on the roads was like heavy. On a Sunday, it was raining almost the whole day, and we were sitting at Mayville. I was at Mayville at Kawash, just sitting outside there with the guys, and started to see the amount of water in the small river just behind us. I was like, yeah, this water is getting too much, man. So during that time, I was like, the way it is now, it's showing that something is going to be wrong. I don't think I should be going to work the second day. Work is not that far from where I was staying because I was staying in Ridgeview Flats, just opposite Mayville, going to Pavilion. Pavilion Mall, if you're from Devon, you'll know. When you're coming from Howard University, you just go past the Sasol garage. The flats are on your left, going to Pavilion Mall. So when I was going home from Mayville to the flats where I was staying, I noticed the amount of water in the road. I was like, damn, this is too much. It's heavy, and I couldn't even realize then that it might be causing danger in in other places in Devon. I couldn't realize that because I woke up in the morning and I went to work, and I was driving my car to work, and going via Cattle Trust from Mayville, going via Cattle Trust to Ultralica, moving to N3. That road was flooded with water. It was flooded with water. It was like a river. It was crazy. It was really crazy. So at that time, it's when I realized that something is wrong. That's when I realized that something is wrong, and people might have been struggling somewhere, somehow. We were starting to see some videos at that time on statuses, on WhatsApp statuses. They were not more as much as they are now on YouTube, on Facebook or Twitter, but started to see statuses from people that we know. Some of them who were staying in Mlazi, in places like that. Started to see videos, and we at that time we could tell that the situation really. serious and is affecting people at that time. When we got at work, we had people that people's houses have been destroyed. Some other guys that I know, one he couldn't move out because there was no road in front of his house. He can't get out. The car will reverse in the deep because the road is gone. Some of the neighbors' houses are gone. The heavy heated places was mainly the townships. The townships were heavily heated. Umlazi was heavily heated. Inanda was also in Mashu, part of Mashu, and also in the coast. In the coast, there were places were heavily heated, more especially nearby the harbor, and also in. I just forgot the place now that has Toyota manufacturer where there's a big Toyota hub where they are taking all those Toyotas inland from the hub. That was heavily heated. Ispingo, yeah, that's part of Ispingo. When you're going the Mount Clay side, going into Isipingo, those places were really heavily heated by floods. So for me, it was just uh, the amount of water in the rain. So when I came back from work, I saw that there was the amount of water that I was going into. Some of them they came into the car, at the back of the car. I saw where there's a spare wheel. There was there's a bit of water there, so I had to take that out. So that's the minimum that I had of a damage. So there's nothing that really happened to me. I was really fortunate to be staying in a place where it's really close to town, and it's a really in a high ground, and also in a good space. It's in a surveyed space, good space where there's no shifting of ground like we saw in other places. So I was fortunate. So those are some of the things that made me want to leave the KZN, and also life in KZN is quite different for people who are not from KZN. It can be difficult to stay there where you are not known and you are also not a Zulu person. It's quite difficult, but I was thankful to have the kind of friends that I had when I was in KZN. They were good, and they were not as I would say tribal as the other people that I've interacted with, or to me, and some of them they would be tribal to other people, especially to the people from Mozambique who are Shangans. You would heard some distasteful things, distasteful things that they would say to them. It's really hard to understand if you are not from there. For them, it's mainly normal to be saying those kind of things to people, to act out in a very tribal and insulting manner to them, and to people that are called Amambondo, which are the people from Eastern Cape, which I'm not Imbondo. I'm staying with the group of Amamfengu. I am Izocho, tribe of Izocho. So they wouldn't understand that, so they would call us all Amambondo, and start making funny jokes who are really not really funny. I wouldn't. They are not funny for people for when they are coming to you, but for them they are really normal. Those things are really hard to. It's hard to feel like you don't belong in a country that you call it your country. You feel like, yeah, you you feel like you are a foreigner in your own country. It's really hard. It's really hard to. So those are the other things that made me wanna leave KZN, and and I really want us to, as Africans, to really understand that no matter where you are, no matter how comfortable you are with the place that you called home, or your place that you called your country or your province or your city, it's really just a place. There's no claim to a place. We live as individuals, and the more we realize that we are better together than alone or individuals, that's when our wealth and our success will start come to light. If you understand what I'm saying, the more we understand the power of unity, is the more we will see our success and our wealth came to fruition as Africans. Because I think what we are missing really is the spirit of unity, and which is really something that is it's something that is well embedded into us. The divisions, uh, the individualistic approach of everything, and this is what is costing us as Africans. If you really think about it, if you came to think about this, is what is costing us uh, to forget that we are one. We are all Africans. There are Zulus who are in Zimbabwe. There are Ndebeles who are in Zimbabwe. There are Xhosas who are in Zimbabwe, and we have all those kind of people here in South Africa. Sotus, they are living in Lesotho. We have more Sotho people here in South Africa than those who are in Lesotho. Swazis, Swati people who are in Swaziland. We have more Swazi people. We might have more, I'm not sure about them, but we might have more or equal who are South African citizens who doesn't even know where is Swaziland, who have never been in Swaziland, who are South Africans who are here. And all those languages those different crabs that I'm naming, their languages are the languages that are being spoken here in South Africa as official languages. Your Swazi, your Sesotho, your Xhosa, your Ndebele, your Zulu, those are South African languages. Those languages are spoken widely in those countries that I name. Your Sotho, your Lesotho, your Swazi, your Zimbabwe. Not forgetting Botswana, Tswane people who are staying there. We have Tswane people here who are speaking the language that is spoken in Botswana. Same people who are in northwest, um, some a bit of Northern Cape and a bit of Free State. Tswane people, my friend Tumi, Kautsani, Tswane person. When it gets to Botswana, they're speaking the same thing. Now you tell me that someone from Botswana who's speaking the same language that your neighbor and your brother speaks here in South Africa is a foreigner. You tell me that person is a foreigner. But the thing that you're not considering is that the people who are staying in England and people who are staying in Germany or France, those are brothers. Those people are brothers. Though they have families all across those places. They are in Germany and France and Netherlands and all those countries. They have the same currency. They are all in the European Union. But we are not allowed here in Africa to have those kind of privileges where we call people from Zambia, people from Mozambique, our brothers. We are not affording ourselves as South Africans to have those privileges. We instead of affording ourselves to have those people as our brothers, we rather chase them away with something called xenophobia. We rather beat them, we rather ban them, we rather chase them away out of the country instead of building relationships and building their countries so that we can all eat from there, they can all eat from here, and then we can all eat and build our wealth. This is what is happening in all these. Where I'm staying in surrounded by farms. All these white people in these farms, they have their union where they collaborate and help each other and eat. Their sons have their own unions where they collaborate and form other businesses that includes the part of the farming that their fathers are doing. Maybe them they will be doing wineries, some will be doing export and import. But for us, instead of collaborating and work together, we rather hate on each other and claim that you are not from my tribe, I'm not from that tribe, so I'm gonna hate that tribe. That's useless. That doesn't help you in anything. It doesn't help you with anything that you are from that tribe and I'm from this tribe. This just bunch of BS that we should really leave out of our mouth. We should leave out of our vocab that you from that country, you from that. If you are black, you are black. We are all brothers. We need to come together and build. We need to build and start working together and buy from each other and make sure that our businesses come into fruition and come into light and compete with the white establishment businesses. That's all. So it was quite an experience to see the hate that you get from other South Africans who are Zulus and I am Xhosa, and you see when you come into the till, the mood changes. If I'm in the queue and I'm with my friend Dlamini Mastembe, and we are just talking Xhosa, and people in front of us they will just look at us and then start being quiet and just start looking at each other weird, looking at us at weird. See the mood changes. That's when you feel like I'm not needed here. And it's strange because we are all from South Africa and our languages are like similar. We understand each other. I don't need to even to speak isiZulu. I can speak Xhosa and she can speak, or he can speak isiZulu and we will understand each other perfectly. We are the same people, but the vibes you get are just weird. So yeah, man. If you are listening to the podcast for the first time and you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. There's more to come, and I'm back in Worcester, so everything will be normal now. In Durban, I was missing some of the times that I would post. I post on Saturday 3. That's where the podcast coming. So we are back into that. I'm recording on a Friday, mixing on Friday, mastering everything, editing, and make sure that everything comes nice. Saturday it comes to you. It's premiering exactly at 3 o'clock. Get it. Subscribe to the podcast. Check out my stuff everywhere. You can. I'm everywhere, man. My music is on Spotify, also on iTunes, YouTube, everywhere. Same as the podcast. It's all over. FKU Africa Podcast. We're out. Fikiria kwa undani. Duku. Tamako.